Hi there. Good evening. Very, very happy Independence Day to you all. It's our 78th Independence Day and brings such a feel good factor. So, these are milestones that remind us that freedom has to be preserved. It is not easy to forego one, and it's not easy to take back one. So, let us be grateful, feel thankful. We are blessed to be breathing the free air of free India. So let us play a little tiny role wherever we are planted by the Almighty and do our little wee bit, perhaps a drop, perhaps not even a drop. But let us do it intentionally, something for the country as a give back to our motherland. Okay? So, everybody, a very good evening. Here we are on a daily live show. So, today I especially chosen words that speak the spirit of independence. And we shall be dwelling on these 5 words along with the phrases, collocations, yes, idioms also, and yes, maybe one or two proverbs also, and why not? And so I'll briefly tell you hi, everybody. I'm Vinita, a coach, consultant, and a designer. And I'm on a mission to help all those who are dreaming to work, study, or migrate abroad. And yes, go on dreaming. Dreams are wonderful to dream in the first place. And secondly, unless you dream, how will you achieve something? So it starts from the mind to the hands to the actions, and then we get the results. So always think beautiful, think uh, positive, and think powerful. Yes, create a belief system. Yes, you can do it. And once you are there with this belief system, that's how your thoughts are generated. And these very thoughts then convert to your actions, to your hands, to your kinesthetics. And then these actions go into your behavior. And this actually results in your result. Okay, and this gives you the result. So never worry about the result or the reward. Just go on putting in your labor, your service, your just give all. And yes, things will automatically happen, they will fall in place. Yes, and exams are a milestone that we must overcome to prove our prowess. Unless there are exams, how will you know which hero lurks within you? Unless you write your exams, unless you take your exams, they are like little mountains that you have to climb. And unless you climb a mountain, you don't value the valleys and the plains. So these times of life are very important. They are your trials. They make you stronger. But for the exam, would you sit down and study so much? Would you practice so hard? No. So let the exams be there. In fact, they are wonderful milestones. I'm all in favor of exams. There should be some stress mechanism to get us ready, to be more on the side, to be ready to work hard. Yes, we human beings are different from the animals and the beasts. We are different mammals, right? We have been gifted with this. So why not? And how do we prove it unless we pass through these obstacles, these little gateways, these little windows? So I don't look upon exams as some stress mechanism or something difficult. In fact, they are very important to navigate, to prove to yourself, leave alone the world. Yes, I can do it. Okay, give me the challenge. I will do it. Okay, so today I'm on my 115th episode, and it gives me great pleasure to be here to be sharing these little bricks or little stones that are laying foundation to your English proficiency. Yes, English proficiency. There are many other aspects to learning a language. This is one very important pillar, that is coining the words that go to make your word bank. It gives you enough liquidity to use them and then to put them into use. So unless you use them, unless you practice these words that I'm giving you, unless you make them part of your vocabulary, unless you befriend them, it is no use. No, but nothing goes waste. I'm sure something will be left behind, but I'm just telling you to augment your pace, to enhance your pace, to grow your pace. It's very important to use them on daily basis. So here I share my screen and we start again before the time runs out. And today I have brought, I told you, words associated with all. So here we are. Okay, so reflect on these words and phrases as you celebrate the spirit of freedom. And the first word is unshackle. And I will give you metaphorical meanings, add on more to what is literal meaning. Okay, unshackle. You know what a shackles? The bedia. So unshackle is to break loose those bedis, those chains. Okay, to release from chains, to bonds, restraints, to free. And what are the synonyms? Free, liberate, release. What are the synonyms? Free, liberate, and release. What would be the phrases? Unshackle the mind, unshackle from the past. So, what is the greatest thing you need to unshackle? I'm not talking about physical chains. They are but physical chains. The bigger chains that bind you, in fact, make all of us are prisoners to our mental chains. This came to me when I was a young girl. I remember we were in this Indo-Canada Youth Exchange program, and this topic was given to us. We are all prisoners of our mental chains, and we had to do a discussion on that. And I remember those days I followed, yet I did not follow. But today, as I have gone in years, I understand this in totality. So, where are we shackled? Here, we are shackled in the mind. The day we break open the shackles of a mind, of a brain, nothing can stop us. Everything becomes achievable. Okay, so the movement aimed to unshackle the minds of the oppressed, unshackle from the past, to free oneself from the influence of past experience or traumas. It was time to unshackle from the past and embrace a new beginning. Okay, so next is collocations, unshackled spirit. Okay, so what are this? Unshackled spirit, the revolution unshackled, the spirit of the people, and then unshackled potential. So you see, it's a beautiful word. You can use it into so many contexts. Another one is unshackled potential. You all have a treasure house of potential. Believe me, my 4CP, the word that I have given to my program is basically it is your hidden potential and its compatibility to all the choices of your life. So from the past, unshackle spirit, unshackle potential. The education can unshackle the, I will say, clarity can unshackle the potential of every individual. We are actually caught up by the webs here, the mind chains. So let us get rid of these chains and to achieve our goals. Next is sovereignty. Now, you all heard this. It's a very simple word. Supreme power, authority, the authority of a state to govern itself. So, what does it mean? As a synonym, authority, autonomy, and independence. When were we given full autonomy? 15th August 1947. When were we given full authority to rule our own self by our own constitution? Again, it was, though the constitution came on 26th January, Republic Day, but we got our liberty on 15th August. Now, what are the phrases? National sovereignty, sovereignty over resources. What are the collocations? Sovereignty rights, sovereignty dispute. I'll use them all into sentences now. National sovereignty was the key objective of the independence struggle. Easy? Okay. The country fought for sovereignty over its natural resources. In fact, many countries, the neighboring countries, they fight over this is mine, this river is mine, comes from my hill or that hill. So that's how the conflicts start. Then collocations, sovereignty rights are fundamental to the concept of an independent nation. The sovereignty dispute led to prolonged negotiations between the nations. In fact, these negotiations are going on almost in every part of the world. All neighbors are on at loggerheads regarding the land occupation. Okay, so next is auto. Use the word as a synonym, the right or condition of self-government independence. It is self-rule, self-governance, independence. So you see, as though they are synonyms to each other, but when you get it as separately, disparately, you see it has a different meaning. Okay, so phrases is political autonomy, autonomy of decision making, the right or a group of a group or region to govern itself politically. It has political intonation. The region was granted political autonomy after years of struggle. The company valued the autonomy of decision making at every level. What are the collocations? It is cultural autonomy, the right of a group to preserve and develop its own culture. The indigenous people fought for cultural autonomy within the nation. Autonomy in governance. Autonomy in governance allowed the local leaders to address the needs of the community. So, what would be the idiom? Call the shots, to be in control and make decisions. With autonomy, the community could finally call the shots on local matters. Who calls the shots in your family? Okay, so you get it, call the shot. And I forgot the idiom above. It is to reign supreme, to be the most powerful or dominant. After gaining independence, the nation's sovereignty reigned supreme. Okay, his power with this autonomy or sweeping powers, he reigned supreme. Word number, next word is emancipation. It's the act of freeing someone from restraint or oppression. The synonyms would be liberation, release, and freedom. So you see, they are all somewhere, somehow overlapping, but each has to be used within its own context. So synonyms you got phrases: emancipation from oppression, emancipation of the mind. So when you unshackle the mind, you emancipate the mind. There are different meanings. Unshackle, when you break the chains of the mind, you emancipate the mind, you liberate the mind. So you see, you have to use them contextually. Okay, so the Emancipation Proclamation was a turning point in the history of civil rights, a social or political movement aimed at gathered momentum across the nation. Idiom would be throw off the yoke, to free oneself from oppressive control or rule. The nation sought to throw off the yoke of colonialism and achieve emancipation. Next word is deliverance, the action of being rescued or set free or liberation. You heard of the word delivery, right? Delivery of Amazon or the baby's delivery. So it all springs from this word. Basically, it's liberation. To rescue, to liberate, or salvation. So phrases would be deliverance from tyranny and deliverance through unity. The revolution brought deliverance from the tyranny of people. Then deliverance through unity was the mantra of the independence leaders. Okay, collocations would be spiritual deliverance, deliverance from evil. Wonderful. Okay, so you see, as you go deeper, you can really explore the word in totality, and it becomes interesting when you know it all inside out. You can use it better. So, spiritual deliverance. It's the act of being freed from spiritual or moral bondage. The revolution brought deliverance. No, no, yeah. Many sought spiritual deliverance through meditation and prayer. How do you get spiritual deliverance? Through meditation and prayer. Next, deliverance from evil. A phrase often used in religious contexts to mean being saved from harm. Okay. Or moral corruption. The community prayed for deliverance from evil during difficult times. Yeah, we need it all. Idiom would be saved by the bell. They are all new to me. Okay. To be rescued at the last possible moment. The timely arrival of the reinforcements was seen as deliverance, saving the freedom fighters by the bell. Saved by the, it happens in all our Bollywood and Hollywood movies. When everything happens, the police comes in. So saved by the bell. But in this case, it is a timely arrival, not after the incident. So the timely arrival of reinforcements was seen as deliverance. Now, I'm going to use these old words as a story, and I'm willing to share it today. Independence Day, I'll give you more liberty to read it through if you can follow it more. So you will see we are using all these words into a beautiful story. Path to freedom. In a small village that had long been under the yoke of colonial rule, the people's spirit was far from broken. They yearned to unshackle their minds and take control of their own destiny. The village elders spoke of a time when they would break the chains of oppression and achieve delivery. As the independence movement gained momentum, the people began to fight for their sovereignty rights. The idea of national sovereignty was no longer just a dream, it was becoming a reality. They knew that without sovereignty, other sovereign resources, true freedom would be incomplete. The struggle was not just for political autonomy, but also for cultural autonomy, where they could call the shots on their own land. The emancipation movement brought together men and women from all walks of life, united in the quest to throw off the yoke of foreign domination. The leaders of the movement proclaimed that this was not just a fight for emancipation from oppression, but also for the emancipation of the mind, to free the thoughts from the limiting layers of subjugation. As the final battle of freedom approached, the people prayed for deliverance through unity. They believed that only by standing together they could achieve deliverance from evil that they so desperately sought. When the long awaited day arrived, it was not just a victory, it was deliverance from tyranny. The nation had been saved by the bell just when all seemed lost. With independence won, the people of the village celebrated their newfound sovereignty. They were now unshackled, free to shape their own future, and ready to embrace the challenges and responsibilities of autonomy. The long road to emancipation had finally led to deliverance, and the nation could now stand proud and free. You get it? Interesting story. Okay, so that's the beauty. So when you learn these words within a context, with a context, in different situations, they get stuck in your head. You remember them more. Okay, so try and use these words. They are more of academic words. Yeah, you will need them. But yes, when you talk of spiritual path, and you talk of spiritual, or you talk of enlightenment, or you talk of calm, repose, peace, these words could be substituted there also. So just the right time, I end my show here. So wish you all once again a very, very happy Independence Day, and let us celebrate this spirit of independence. Okay, so I will give you one or two proverbs also today. Number one, great minds think alike. Okay, everybody's business is nobody's business. Don't count your chickens before they are hatched. Now, these are proverbs, and those are idioms. There is a thin line of difference between idioms and proverbs. You want it? I'll bring it tomorrow. Okay, so here we are as I sign off today with the spirit of independence once again. And see that you tune in tomorrow. And don't forget to comment. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to log in tomorrow. Never mind the time. I'll see you.